So now we go right to our main event. This has been highly anticipated. These two guys have sparred, so they know each other. You know, it's been, people have talked about it in the gyms. You know, you hear things go back and forth, but both guys respect each other. We got Paul Fernandez, who's 5-2, and we got Victor, who's looking to bounce back. He fought a really tough fight. It was very close on our last card in the main event, and he wants to come out. And you know, this is an important fight for both guys. I think it's a very good, it's 6-round main event. Each guy is coming off, and they're ready for this. I'd like to first bring up Paul. Paul, would you like to say anything to them first?
I hate this.
Fighting or talking?
Well, no, I did my job in the gym. They said a lot of things about me and Victor disliking each other, and that's not true. We happen to do the same thing. We both box. We're two fighters. He has helped me for fights in the past, sparring, and I thought I'd done the same for him. And you know, it's the time to meet each other. And, like any other, he's gonna fight and I'm gonna fight back. And it's not that I don't have anything against him, or I would be a hater, and I'm not a hater. So
the rumors are he gave you a bad haircut once.
Yeah, he left me like this. I never grew back.
Any questions?
Please.
How bad do you think you need a win here?
I mean, not really like how bad I need to win. I do want to win because this is a fight that it shows more on my part because I'm the smaller fighter and with the legs experience. As you know, I only have 8 fights and he has 50 fights. So if I do win, it's gonna say a lot about my part. So I would, yeah. That's I train like never for this fight, and I've been the same size even when I was fighting at 125, and I was 138 Monday, the week of the fight, and I had to go down to 125. So now I'm just gotta cut down to 132. So I think that's gonna help me a lot. I would like to fight at 130 though in the future. This fight.
You were very impressive up in Reading. What was your weight up there?
Where? Reading, that one that I lost. Oh man, I was dehydrated. I went down to 125.
I thought you were light.
Yeah, I was very small, and I look like a lollipop.
132 for this?
Yes, 132. Right now, I left the gym today at 133, and I weigh myself before start training. I'm like 136, and then I leave the gym at 134, 133 every day. So I won't have a problem making the weight. That's it. You guys?
I got others. So as far as this fight, I mean, it's a tough fight, but I mean, how's it feel being the main event?
Well, I mean, I just found that out like 2 days ago. Because of, I don't know what happens to the main event. Yeah, it's gonna. Seriously, it's a pleasure to fight a tough fighter, a guy that's gonna come and fight. I had problems with taller guys that like to box. Victor's a very excited fighter, and I've seen him fight in the past, and I have never disrespected him. But this is what we done. This is what we do. We both do. You know, we fight, and it was brought to the table, so I signed the contract.
Anybody else?
That's it.
All right. And right over here, we got Victor Vasquez coming up. He's rebounding from a very tough. It was close. It was real close.
You got robbed.
There you go. Very close fight. We got his manager, by the way, Chris Fratello, right over here. Trainer. So that's what I say. Any questions for Vic? Vic's ready. Hey, Vic, anything to say?
How you feeling about that last time, Vic?
I mean, it bothered me, but I can't live in the past, man. If I stay there, that's all I'm gonna think about. I ain't gonna think straight. Just excuse
You
my
gonna fight the
language.
normal fight, or you're not gonna try like not leave it to the judges, are you? Just,
Nah, I ain't fighting.
you should fight your kind of fight.
And I mean, the feelings are mutual with Paul. Never had no problem. But you know, when the fight coming up, a lot of he said, she said. But like he said, do the same thing he do. I'll come to the fight. I mean, that last fight I only took a week off. I went back to the gym. I don't play games.
I have a question for Victor in the screen. I mean, I was at ringside the last fight with Carlos Hernan, and the guy repeatedly fouled me, right? I'm watching it. He's hitting me on the blind side, hitting me behind the back of the head, right? And I sat there, and for the life of me, I didn't understand, number one, why you didn't do something to retaliate, or why your corner didn't say something to the referee. I mean, you were fouled all night, and I believe the point should have been deducted.
Cause that referee's an asshole, man.
Straight to the point.
I'm sitting there and I'm watching. Carlos Hernan was very smart. He waited till the referee was on the opposite side, then he would foul me repeatedly. And I'm saying either someone should have said something, at least from the corner, or pull the referee over or say something. Or you should have just retaliated and hit him low and get at least something. I mean, the man was hitting me low behind the head. And I'm sitting there, and I don't know if I would have handled it as well as you did. I would have elbowed him, hit him low, done something.
The guy from Doghouse was yelling. The ref,
We heard him.
Well, I'm not real big on reprimanding the officials during a fight because I don't know how that's going to reflect on people judging the fight. And at the same time, I think Vic comes from like the same kind of person as me. Is if you foul us, I'm not real big on fouling guys back. You know, I mean, I think we're pretty fair fighters. Vic doesn't. You know, I don't even think that Vic's ever thrown a foul as long as I've seen him, at least with me. And I would never instruct him to foul anyone, even if we were getting fouled. I mean, I think I'm a pretty fair guy, and I wouldn't. You know, at some point you might get hit low, and you say, "Well, hit him back low and settle up." But I'm not that kind of guy. I think it's just part of. He gets hit low in training, he gets hit low in sparring. It's all part of the experience, and I tell him eye for an eye. At least in the ring with me, I don't think that's the way to go.
And I mean, with every fight I'm learning because, like you said, I didn't really have a lot of experience. I don't know how to fight playing hockey when they have 4 amateur fights. Then I was like, man, fuck it, I'm gonna go pro. I'm gonna go pro.
One of the things that Vic told me, he's willing to fight, anybody. And that's one of the things that really, and Angel said the same thing about himself, is when you're a fighter, you're willing to fight the guys that are ready to go to the top are willing to fight anybody.
I mean, it's only 3 days that can happen. Either you're gonna get knocked out, you're gonna knock somebody out, or it's gonna be a good fight. I mean, nothing else gonna happen. Now, if you go into a fight down yourself, you're going to sports.
I'll make a bold prediction. My money's on the Latina.
Sit.
I got one for Chris. Coming into this fight, do you feel like you had to make any adjustments or anything since the Vineland fight, or do you feel like you were solid enough and that you carried over?
Not really. I mean, it seems like every fight with him has been a little bit like, the opponent's been just a completely different style, and now we're actually the bigger guy. I think we're legitimately the bigger guy in this fight. So it's more of, we're going to be able to use that as opposed to worrying about all the technical stuff and the skills, and I think this is going to be more of putting our size, making that a factor as opposed to a lot of defensive skills and head movement. Yeah, we want to do all that, but there's not a strong emphasis on that like there was in some of the other fights.
Well, any other questions for Paul? Victor? Any questions, Vic? Thank you very much for right off the bat, it should be an exciting show. I really think Nick did a good job matching everybody up. A lot of the fights are pretty even. This is going to be a good main event.